time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on another team from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Mississippi State about to boot it away as we start the festivities. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Auburn's offense will start this game off with the football. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on third down. More cowbell. Fires left. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So Mississippi State's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And it just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Like, sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got two guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes. So you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
Scanning the field, it's Croman Hope. Quickly complete. It's a seam wide open. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give on the option. Turning it on. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hatcher. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Oh, they're after him. He'll try to do it himself. Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14. Inside the 15, first and 10 from the 14. Quarterback on the keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking for space, it's Hill. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Now facing a third and long. Under fire. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. They'll send out the kicker here. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And the first
place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Find some fresh air. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Second down coming up. Pulls and fires complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. And the Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. He'll do it himself. Finding open areas. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll run it from the gun. Headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Auburn. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking downfield, it's Coleman Hope. They're working that left side. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds. Looking to throw on first down. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played 1 quarter. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. We've played 1. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on third. Catch in the middle, it's Hatcher. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking for a big gain. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year.
Oh, a lot of space. He's loose. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. The Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. He'll pull it on the read. Turning on the Jets. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn!
And you see the option being causing such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. The Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Fighting off the defender. And that defense just ran through that offensive front. He broke a couple of tackles, but nowhere to run. And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to throw, it's Croman home. Stands in and takes the hit. He's got it along the sideline. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. And the offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Here comes the Heat. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
What a great play by one of their biggest playmakers in the D-line. I can say this personally. I got my first start in college at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It was brutal. I think about it and I get PTSD to this day. When you get those types of athletes on a three-point stance rushing the quarterback with that crowd noise and your offensive tackles can't hear the snap count, it's not a lot of fun.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. And the misconnection on 3rd down.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Under fire. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack. He'll keep it himself. There he goes. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be 1st down. The Tigers have that QB run game rolling like toilet paper headed for Toomer's Corner.
Yeah, and I just think of Cam Newton in that magical season and seeing the toilet paper come out a lot that year on their way to a national championship. But Auburn and that fan base, man, they have some great fans.
Grabbed behind the line. It's quick. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun. The running back has it. They'll knock knock him down for a loss of a couple. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. From the gun on 3rd down. Using his feet to buy time. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Looking to throw on 1st down. A strike downfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. The Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Rushes on him. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Yeah, it fell incomplete because he did a great job of getting to the quarterback. He's in the pocket. Yeah, he's comfortable, but you get in there and you get a hit on him. Now he feels it. Can't throw the football. Can't follow through with his arm motion. Nice job by the defense.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Fitted in the window for the score. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused, made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Starkville. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Davis Wade Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. Here he comes with the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. This drive will open from the 15. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. He'll have enough to give Mississippi State a first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They'll go to the ground. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Great job by the defense that time, bowing up. You're on your own goal line, so you've got to be great against the run, and they force that ball to go to the outside, use their speed to bring the ball carrier down.
With the catch, it's Harrell. And he's down after making the catch, but did not reach the line to gain.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring fourth down right in the face.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Mississippi State going up-tempo. To the air, it's Coleman Hope. It's complete on the right side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Plows through the defense. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up
wide open spaces. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. On the option. He'll pitch it. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play. The Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Now on the option. He'll toss it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Quarterback adapting. He's going to run it. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. And the Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Here's a hit. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going there.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs! That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace, QB making good, smart decisions, and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
Got the quick completion. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Line getting set on 2nd down. The RPO, it's complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. From the gun, wants to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. It's complete. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Gives it on the option. Jukes his way for more. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. The negative play leaves him with 2nd and 12. Pulls and fires complete to the right. Oh, he's got some space. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Looking downfield on 1st down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. And it slips just inside that right upright. And that lead grows even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. Miami is just getting blown off the field today. This has been a gong show since the opening kick. And the U is staring at a big fat L right now. They're trailing by 14 to Louisville. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. White going to attack through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Got it in the middle. It's Herring. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Man, you got to like these last 2 plays by this offense. You understand. You're in a deficit. You
unleashes one deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. He wants to throw it again. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw this.
He holds one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, going to the air. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. The give to the tailback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Play callers love it offensively when you can run the football when the other team knows you're going to do it. That is called imposing your will. And here in the 4th quarter with the lead, very first play of the drive, you break off a nice run. He might just call the exact same play right again here.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on 3rd down. More cowbell. Pressure coming. Catch in the middle, it's Henderson. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Pocket breaking down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Mississippi State right back to the line.
I think a lot of people in the stadium are questioning, why are they going for it on 4th and 1 in their own end of the field at this point of the game, but the gamble paid off.
Got it behind the line. It's Green. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. White wants to throw it. Grab near the marker. It's Hatcher. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
He's got an open man. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They got it down to the 21.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. 8th play of the drive coming up. Might be calling a hot route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Extending the play. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
With this situation in the game trailing with not a lot of time left, I understand going to the sideline to try and save clock, but you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. Don't be afraid to use those. You can attack the middle of the field, use the timeouts to save the clock that way.
Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Quickly to the tight end. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Smashes ahead. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. White going to attack through the air. Got it set up on the outside. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Clock clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Bringing the heat. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Moves around to clear up the vision. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day, it comes down to two very simple things. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do